Hi everybody, this is Ghosty again, and today we're going to be going through one of my first sketchbooks that I really remember having um, throughout middle school and high school. Well, mostly high school, I think, yeah. So most of the stuff in here is going to be from 2010 through 2012, and this is also the first sketchbook that I named. I called it the Sketchbook of Doom, because, again, angsty teenager. Okay, and the first piece that I did in this was just kind of like this random girl. She wasn't very well proportioned, but not too bad for a high schooler who doesn't really know anything about proportion or anything like that. Next, we have some Transformers from Transformers Animated, which came out around then too. It was also a super great show. I loved it. Still love it. Got Megatron, Starscream, and Shockwave. And then down here, I got a note to remind myself to download a song. Um, a very kind of like weebly page where I'm, green with envy, something like that. This page, I kind of wished it wasn't even in here. Not that I don't like my friends, and I don't like my friends drawing me things, but it feels so like wrong in the rest of the sketchbook, I guess. I don't know why. I just from now on I don't really like. From then on, I don't really want people and don't really let people draw on my sketchbooks. These two are some very first rough concepts of some characters in the book that I'm writing called The Wars of Seven Princes. This is the princess, and this is her guardian, Dimitri. They've changed a lot since then. You guys might remember Arcana from the last sketchbook tour. Here she is as the human again, and she is kind of just being angsty in a weird way. I drew this version of Bumblebee before the episode Human Error came out, so I actually kind of really should probably redraw a human Bumblebee since he looks nothing like this. Oh, look, a blank page. Another picture of Arcana, and this time she's in like one of those how to draw manga pages poses. I think this one was from like Christopher Hart or whatever. God, I hate that guy. I drew my friend Ian from high school as a Transformer. I made him a Volkswagen Love Bus because he was just like a really chill, down to earth, reliable kind of guy. Just hanging out with him. Some gesture drawings. Really light sketch of a messed up Alice in Wonderland kind of theme that didn't really come through and was really kind of like way too edgy for anything useful or successful. This I wasn't sure what I was trying to draw, but it's very loose and gestury. We had some issues in our school involving the LGBTQ community for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. I never really saw, um, especially being a member of the LGBT community, I don't know why people have such a like, problem with the LGBTQ community, but like I really just kind of like wanted to draw something mentioning that like love is love, and it doesn't matter who you love as long as that you can and that you do, sort of thing. Just some random writing notes. And here, here is Brahma before he was a real boy. I drew him as like this really bad weeboo character. And like I know I hate probably like using that term, but like just I can't think of any other way to describe him other than just kind of weebish. I mean, looks really like a really bad anime character. Um, this was back when he was still a personification of the deadly sin of lust, and in case you haven't figured out, the Wars of Seven Princes, like originally it started off as something based around like the seven deadly sins, but it has since changed from that. It's actually developed quite a lot, and I'm actually really really happy with like a lot of the progress that I've made, not just in like my artwork based on the story, but the story itself. Here's some lineage and uh, some thought processings on how I was going to map out the families and everything in the story. I went to a festival that year in October. It was like a Harvest Moon festival, and there was this guy laying out in the field, and I just kind of drew him. I asked him if it was okay, and he was like, "Yeah, sure." And he just kind of went back to sleep. I wish I had that kind of chill. A really bad cartoony version of Deadpool. This is back when I first got my first set of Faber-Castell markers, and I was super happy. And like, even though they weren't the right colors and everything like that, I was trying to use them for like everything. Like, I have so many loose sheets with a whole bunch of Faber-Castell stuff on them. Here is like a study again from that same fair. There was like a whole bunch of people brought like their own lights and everything like that, and it's always really pretty. One of my friends over at their tent, they had this nice little bird cage with some candles in it. I tried to draw it, and it didn't come out quite like what I was doing. I guess because I was just trying to draw it so quickly instead of actually focusing on like where the lines were going and everything. Me trying out some more of my Faber-Castell markers. I loved the brush pens. I still love them. Like, I was really bad at using them when I was a kid, but I think I've gotten a lot better. Like, here's some roses that I did with the Faber-Castell brush pen markers. I was really just kind of, I guess, figuring out how to like layer them and everything like that, especially like the different tones, the different shades and everything. A hand gesture study that ended up getting a dragon drawn on it. I was so good at drawing hands in high school. I don't know why I can't draw hands now. Another human former. This is Lockdown from Transformers Animated. So embarrassing. Like, he was on my DeviantArt page and everything, but yeah, like without a reference, like everybody that I drew came out like really, really anime-ish. And I had that bad anime style for like the longest time. Speaking of DeviantArt, I knew somebody on DeviantArt. Her name was Crazy Freak. She's still on there, and she's also on Tumblr too. I recommend checking her out. Her art's really good, especially if you like Zelda, anything in the Zelda and Nintendo franchises. She's really good with that stuff. She came up with KittyCons though, where like she drew a whole bunch of the Decepticons from the Transformers animated cast with kitty ears, and I really liked it. So I drew my OC Arcana with Lugnut because he was the only toy that I had at the time, so I could like really study, and I didn't have the Allspark Almanac, so like I didn't have like all of the good references that some of the other artists that at the time had. This is some weird dragon thingy that I came up with to go with some Star Wars OCs that I came up with too, called Yarzul. Not sure why I named them that. Here is another Human Formers. This is Shockwave, and then Arcana has a twin brother. He used to be called Desrock, but now his name is Grimoire because it sounds cooler and it's more with the motive. But it was dumb. I shipped him and Shockwave together because I don't know. I was silly. I was a silly child. Here's a drawing of Kismet, and he's a little electronic guy. He actually first appeared in Transformers, the original series, the original animated series that came out in the 80s, but he makes like a brief interlude period in the Transformers animated series. Speaking of Star Wars OCs, this is one of them. Her name is Leto. She is a king, not a queen, a king, and I was really happy that I did that. I don't know. It was like a Spartan-esque society, but run by women. It's really nice. This was a picture, well, drawn from a picture, rather. That's why it looks so much better than some of the other stuff in here. Oh boy. I don't know, I can't even remember why or how I drew this, but yeah. Another picture of Arcana and Desrock when he was still Desrock instead of Grimoire. Flip more blank pages. I'm so bad about filling out my sketchbooks. I'm sorry, guys. So my friend actually did the lettering, and I just kind of colored it. That's why it doesn't really feel like it fits in with the rest of that sketchbook. But I did draw her, a little weeaboo girl, over on the side. Another blank page. I was trying to do like a self-portrait, self-study, I guess, and didn't really. It's like really bad. It's really flat. Another human former Arcana. This time she's by the pool. And this I think was actually based off of a fan art that I saw for something in Naruto. I think it was like Anko or something like that. But I really liked the pose, so I just kind of redrew it, and I feel bad because now I can't credit the artist. But yeah, remember kids, it's okay to like try and redraw stuff, especially if it's just for practice. But like if you show it, you really should credit the artist. I'm being bad because I'm not, but as a reminder, you should probably do that, especially if you want them to like you. This is Vlad Masters from Danny Phantom. I love that show. It's so great. And I loved Vlad. He was great. I loved him. Some more human formers. It was Scrapper and Mixmaster. Just kind of trying to draw them. Not really doing it really well. Grimoire, when he was still Desrock, he was a mechanic, so I mean, he was a medic, and the army had just transferred him to being a mechanic when he was a human former, since he knew about cars and stuff. Some just kind of doodles and gestures. I think this was, this was like April of 2010, I think. Also, I think April of 2010, I was doing more human formers, but I was doing like a character expression sheet and trying to be better about drawing. But I still had that bad anime style. I couldn't get out of it. It's really bad. I mean, I'm really glad that it's gotten better, but like, at the same time, it was just like it's so embarrassing going over some of it. But thanks for sticking around and seeing it with me. So like I really love this one. It's super tiny. It's little teeny tiny Grimoire when he still does rock. He has a little T-shirt. I always gave him a little T-shirt that said "Mr. Fix It" because that's what he did. He fixed things. He was good at that. And this is them as Transformers and more expressions appear. Another AU that came out besides Kitty Cons was the Godformers, and gosh, I can't even remember. I think it was it wasn't Minimoa. It was oh gosh, I feel bad. Oh, I think it was Murame on DeviantArt who came up with it, or it was Black Panda-chan on DeviantArt. She came up with them, and I loved the style that she drew them in, so I wanted to draw Arcana as one, and I made her a parrot goddess, even though her wings are like nothing like parrot wings. It's terrible. This was a logo that I did, or rather the roughs of the logo that I did for a dart throwing team called Bad Mojo. I actually did a full character holding up a dartboard like it was a shrunken head, and like it had the knives and stuff in it, and it's really cool. Even though it was done again in like that elementary kind of like anime style. These are some characters that I came up with, and I made a story for them, but I've never finished it, and I really probably should, but I haven't. We have this guy up here who's kind of like Tony Stark. He's like in Batman, he's like a billionaire, playboy, philanthropist kind of guy, and then we have Savannah down here. She was a mutant kind of like Mystique, but these guys haven't really been developed, and I like really would have to like start everything over for their story because it's so old. Another blank page. So I had the Diamond edition of Beauty and the Beast, and it's still like my favorite Disney movie. I love it to pieces, and Beast is my favorite Disney prince. I love him. But I messed up on Belle's face, so like I never really finished this, or at least I felt like I messed up Belle's face, but like I never finished this as a result. Which is sad because I mean, like, it's again one of the better drawings in here, in my opinion. I started drawing horse face but didn't finish it. And here's another horse face. And I think this was a mule. Not sure why I drew a mule, but I did. And here's another one that came out okay and decent. This was another self-study portrait kind of thing, and I just kind of wrote and journaled around it. Another blank page. So this was a redraw of out of one of the pages of the how to draw a robot, how to paint and draw 50 different robots or something like that. I actually have this book. Yeah, 50 robots to draw and paint. I just had to look behind me. And I really liked it, and it kind of resonated with me because, like, despite being like really robotic, this guy's still really human, human looking, and it goes with my firm belief that like robots are kids too. And, like, we need to take care of them, and making them is like making children. You have to teach them. You have to be parents to them. And I drew like another piece based off of that book. But this is actually just my own making kind of thing. Kind of propagandistic, really, but robots accepting the fact that they're robots and being okay with the fact that they're machines, sort of thing. So this was an idea. That was my phone. I'm sorry. This was an idea about androids and like how they would be housed and stored, especially if they still had like human parts. This was the better form of that idea, but I still would really like me to revisit and work again on that in order to be like really satisfied with it. I tried drawing like a fantasy cityscape, and I'm really bad with like 3-point perspective, so I should really try and draw and practice more that sort of thing, because still I'm bad at it. Kind of like a Zen doodly pages that I never really filled up, which is a shame because I mean I'm not terrible at that sort of thing. A kind of horse head, not really a horse head. Very, very tiny mandala. Some very badly shaped anime heads. Oh, here he is. This is the latest, like the first picture of the latest when he was the latest, not just Pride, when he wasn't just like a 7th Sin, but when he was like an actual prince and everything like that. I made him like have really too big ears, and of course, like I said, he's changed a lot since then, but yeah, like there's this page right here. This is actually not from 2010, 11, or 2012. I have no idea when this is from, but this is definitely something that's more recent, and I don't know if you guys would like agree with me or not, but I definitely think that he looks more princely and regal and real, actually, just like here. And I don't know, I really actually like how that came out, and I want to be able to draw him again like that so that I'm satisfied with this character. And we're back to the 2010 stuff. These were some of the androids, like the concept I was saying earlier in a few pages. These were some of the androids that were like being developed for that. We have Io over here. She was Unit 17. And then we have Zeta over here, who was Unit 3, and he was like a corrupted unit. And, stop it, phone. But, here's another page, but then on it I was trying to do proportions, and like their heads are still kind of like way too big, and he's got little tiny chicken legs. But I think I've gotten a lot better at proportions and everything like that. I'm actually really glad that I did notice that I was not as prepared and adept at drawing that like other kids kind of like think they are. Maybe I'm glad I like saw that I wasn't stubborn and decided to try and do better stuff. These two kind of sketches really, were based off of a piece that was Persephone and Hades. I can't remember the artist, and I feel bad because like their work is really, really beautiful, but like you can find them doing a basic Google image search, and like you'll definitely know which one I'm talking about, because like Hades was like this really cold gray character, and then Persephone was like this really contrast bright pastel orange and pink with like spring flowers and everything like that, and red hair. And so I mean, like it was such a contrast, but I really liked the both of them, and it inspired me to do work on my own book and everything. And I really looked up to that person, even though I don't know their name now. It's been so long. Some just little gesture drawings of me trying to figure out how to do something for probably a history class, so it looks like a bunch of Spartans and stuff. These guys right here are also from the book. This is Queen Carmen. She is done very lightly in a sepia tone, and I really actually like how she came out. I do not necessarily like how King Dove came out, because like he looks kind of rough, but she looks okay, and like the wing and the arm and everything look like they belong there, not necessarily over here with him. But then this is Lilith. Um, Before, again, I was really kind of like set in how like their characters would look and everything. The symbols and glyphs that I have here with them is actually based off of the alphabet that I designed for them, but I actually still need to probably go over how and what the syllables and what each letters mean and everything like that, because it's not that it's like hieroglyphs, but it's similar. Here's a picture of Pitch, the Nightmare King, from the Guardians of Childhood. I really liked that book series, and I liked the Rise of the Guardians movie that DreamWorks did. I wish that they had kept some of Pitch's character concepts and like drawings that were in the books, because like he looked so regal and like actually menacing and everything like that, whereas in the movie he was just kind of like this flat, let's make a monotone gray and black bad guy. Some more writing about the book. Where's the Seven Princes, and the rest of it is just kind of blank pages. Like I said, I'm like really bad at filling up old sketchbooks, especially. Some more writing, and back here is the actual alphabet list for that series of glyphs and whatnot that was a few pages earlier. And that's it. That's it for the first Sketchbook of Doom. It's actually missing a few pages. I'm not sure what happened to them over the years, and the binding's gotten really bad, but there it is, and it's here to remind me like where I came from and everything like that. Thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching this with me, and thank you for continuing to watch if you've already subscribed. If you like this and want to see more, definitely hit that subscribe button. Also, feel free to leave a comment down below. I plan to have another video out next week, so August 20 something, probably. I might be able to make a video sooner, but I'm not too sure. So if you guys like want to give me any ideas or tell me like what you would like to see from me in the future, definitely give me a comment below and I will see what I can do about it. I hope you guys have a good one until I see you next time. Bye.